Hey guys, good morning and happy Sunday. It is 4 o'clock here in Connecticut on the East Coast, and it is a freaking windy day here. I just heard the garbage cans blowing down the street. Um, all right, sometimes I try to wait to make these videos, and they start forming in my head as I take a shower and shave and whatnot, and it gets to a point where I just got to make it. Everything starts falling together in my head. My point that I want to make. So yesterday I talked about, the last video I made was about PolitiFact. And it's this fact checking group that I found to be very trustworthy, very truthful, non-biased or bipartisan. I'm not sure if non-biased, non-partisan. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. But I started reading these rumors that go around, and then my mind went to I did a lot. Okay, so I read you guys' comments, and I love it because there was a time when I got no comments or I got nothing but rude comments. Like I said, initially when I started my YouTube channel, looking back, I learned something. I went at it in a negative fashion, and I'm embarrassed to say that because I know better. I've learned that positivity in my life brings good things. It brings positivity, and I was angry with this whole political situation in the country, and I used a negative tactic, and it brought me nothing but bizarre stuff, negativity. But anyway, I cut out the negativity, the troll, any troll. I wouldn't even call it trolling. I did, but I'd be mean in response in my comments sometimes. So anyway, I read some of your comments, and here's one. I keep skipping around, but I try to answer all of your comments and respond to them all. But inevitably, the way I function, multitasking or attention deficit, whichever one you want to call it, I'll read one or two of your comments and I'll get sidetracked. Like yesterday, there was a comment about SM Zeus and how it would be helpful to me. So I had to do some research into it and I got sidetracked. But anyway, I read a comment and I started thinking about how I want to approach telling you guys about it. I don't want to be part of the rumor chain. I was like, should I knew right off the bat I shouldn't say anything about who it was about because I don't want to spread. I don't want to be part of it. Suffice it to say, something probably most of us know here, and it was just a vicious rumor. And I imagine I'm probably going to get more of these as my channel grows in popularity. But this is the point I want to make today. I don't think these people understand who they're dealing with here when they try to lie to me. I was a heroin addict. I was a full-blown crack cocaine, and heroin addict. Now, I don't know if you know, guys, how much you guys know about heroin and crack and the way it affects the brain. But heroin especially, and crack, it takes over your brain. It does, and it rewires the synapses. And it rewires it in a way that it's not that I didn't care about my family or friends or money, but my priorities changed. That's the best way to describe it to you guys. Where getting heroin became my sole most important goal. I would go into withdrawals regularly. My body had to have the drug every 10 hours, every 8 hours, every 6 hours. So my sole goal, my sole purpose was to get that drug. It's a very single-minded, it's not that I didn't care about my family, but I had to get the heroin. It's not that I didn't care about money. It's not that I want to lie to people, but I had to get the heroin. And I had to do whatever it took to get the heroin. It might result in my death tomorrow. It might result in my going to prison tomorrow. But if I could get my heroin today, that's all that matters. Tomorrow will take care of itself. That is the mindset, the sick mindset that severe addiction does to the human brain. Now, I am a relatively intelligent guy. I won't get all into that, but it doesn't matter. It rewires your brain, and it becomes. And sometimes I think that even when you're more resourceful, when you're more curious, intelligent, then when that person becomes addicted, those resources go to getting the drug. Where I guess what I'm basically saying is you become an even better drug addict because you're more resourceful and you focus on this one goal. Now, I bring this up because when people try to lie to me, like I got a few comments telling me that this person was a bad person, or this isn't true because of this, and you better watch out because this isn't true and this is true. And I realize I think differently than regular people because of my past addiction. I, like, say somebody tells me it's sunny outside, right? Most people, if somebody tells you it's sunny outside, you picture a sunny day outside, and it becomes a reality in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Your subconscious now is picturing sun outside. In your mind, it's sunny outside. You believed it. That's really, it's honestly not how I find my mind works. If somebody tells me it's sunny outside, I automatically think, why? What's this person's motivation? I tend to look more at the person telling me whatever it is. I don't first consider the statement. I consider the person telling me the statement. And why? Because I was the biggest manipulator on the planet. I was the biggest liar on the planet. And I don't say that with pride. Here's another thing I learned too. I don't forget these things that I did. We make amends for them. We move on because guilt will lead you back to using again. But you can use these resources. I think a lot of drug addicts or ex-drug addicts can become extremely successful. Take for example, Robert Downey Jr., an extremely successful actor. He was me. I am him. We use the same exact drugs. We hung out with the same exact people. In drug abuse, there is no hierarchy. There's no actors. There's no rich people. There's no politicians, famous people. You're all drug addicts in rehab. I've been in rehab with people that you guys know here in Connecticut. And they're just people. They're just drug addicts. They have to be in order to recover. But like I said, Robert Downey Jr. is me. I am him. And I found that I could use some of these things that I've learned to my advantage after drug addiction. In understanding how people manipulate, why they lie. Like I said, empathy is a huge part of my life. Why is somebody telling me something? What is their motivation? Why is somebody calling me an asshole? Is it fear? Is it anger? If it's anger, why is it anger? And this has played a huge part in my life. Okay, so back to these rumors and whatnot. As soon as I see a rumor like this, I think, why is this person telling me this? What's his motivation? And here's another thing. Good people. I think good people can spot other good people. When I say good, I mean people that have empathy in their heart, people that have compassion in their heart, people that have hope, people that aren't envious, that aren't greedy, that will give and not just recklessly give, but you know what I'm saying. Put a hand out. People that are concerned about other people. That people that have learned that there's more to life than money. These kind of people, and I think we could spot each other. And I don't think these people come at you head on, like these comments. When somebody comes at you head on, somebody that I don't know comes at me head on with a statement, I'm very suspicious of it. Why is this person telling me this? And I'll look at the punctuation. I'll look at what's capital. If what's capitaled, what are they emphasizing? Why are they emphasizing? Why are they telling me this? Are they telling me this out of their fear that something's going to happen? Are they telling me this to make me angry? Are they telling this to get a reaction out of me? To discourage me. I've had people, that's another thing, I have had people try to discourage me from this channel. And it doesn't work. I've had actually a Trump supporter tell me that this channel's silly. You know how silly you look. And I more than anything, I feel sorry for that person. Because they don't get it. They don't understand. And I almost feel bad because that means I'm not making, I don't think they're even watching my videos, first of all. I know they're not even watching the video. So when they say that I look silly, they're assuming that I look silly. Because I know for a fact, by what they say, that they haven't even watched any of the videos. And that's where this comes into play, that it's like an armor I have from drug addiction. When somebody tells me lies or tries to manipulate me, I was one of the biggest manipulators on the planet, and it's like an armor. It doesn't work very well, not at all, because like I said, my mind doesn't immediately accept what they're saying. My mind immediately goes to, why are they saying it? Who are they? Why are they approaching me? Why are they coming at me? First of all, it's an alarm in my head right there. Why are you coming into my world? That's what I tend to call it too, is my world. Why is this person invading my world? But anyway, so yeah, these rumors and stuff. And then, it just makes me more determined. Because people like that, some are scared and some can be helped. And I don't mean to sound like a big goofball. Oh, I could help people. You know what I mean? But people that are scared, if they can find the truth themselves, and that's another thing too, is I think a lot of times people need to find the truth themselves. I debated with myself this morning about putting up that PolitiFact link. It's like, should I just let them discover it on their own? Because people like me will question, why is Daryl telling me about PolitiFact? What's he want me to believe? You see what I'm saying? It's always playing in my brain. I'm picturing how people are back picturing me, And so anyway, these rumors and stuff, they come out of fear, as we all know. It's mainly a fear and insecurity, fear, and ignorance. And when I say ignorance, I don't mean people are dumb. I don't mean people are stupid or slow. I mean ignorance in the simplest sense of the word is that people just have not got the information. That's all that means. That's when I say ignorant. It's not a bad thing. It's no knock on the person. It's a lack of the necessary knowledge that is being discussed. So that's my video for right now. So I highly doubt that the people that are sending these trolling things and these things trying to convince me of this or that, I highly doubt they would even made it this far in this video. Because I was going to just say, well, you can continue to send me these messages, but if you've made it this far in this video, you probably actually understand me and are similar to me. You're concerned. You're probably a good person. I hope that's not too bold a statement to assume that I am a good person. Well, I know I'm a good person, but to actually tell you guys, I don't know how it sounds, but I know I'm a good person. And it's come at the cost of a lot of bad deeds. That's one last thing I want to say is I always tell you guys, I'm not good at telling other people what to do. I can't tell people what to do. It's not me. It's not my style. I'll tell you what's worked for me. I'll tell you what will work for me, what would work for you, and it's up to you to use that information. I see other people on YouTube that have become very successful. You got to do this. You got to work out, and it's just not me. I'll tell you guys, hey, this works for me, man. It works great. My life is fantastic. You got to try this. And I might even not even say that. You got to try this. I'll say this worked great for me. Do with it what you will with that information. So I know I've rambled a lot as usual, but that's what I wanted just to touch base on today. The fear, a lot of fear and ignorance, misunderstanding out there, and greed. There's one last point I wanted to make. I started thinking about looking at a person in general, trying to read a person's background. Take, for instance, Donald Trump. He spent his life accumulating money from other people, being a landlord, buying land, and then taking that commodity that people need for their own security and piecing it out back to them at a higher price to make him wealthy. Not just to make him enough to live, but to make him extremely wealthy, which is a level of greed. Take, for instance, a farmer. Take, for instance, a peanut farmer. Take, for instance, a peanut farmer who builds homes for habitat. What does that tell you about that kind of person? It tells you that he genuinely cares about other people, about housing other people, about feeding other people, and not about getting rich. I highly doubt a peanut farmer is ever going to be at the level of a Donald Trump. And they know that, and they're okay with that. I feel like sometimes I think I should have more of an emphasis on money, because I really don't. I tend to give away a lot of paintings if it's for a charity or something. And a lot of times I wonder, I'm never going to be a rich person, I don't think, but that's okay. As long as I'm happy. And that's where I'll leave off this video. You guys have a great Sunday. Enjoy the Sunday. All right. Take care.